Good evening, everyone. I, Simran Chawla, welcome you all to Humans of Atypical. This is a very special episode, and we are back again to Humans of Atypical. Here, we have a very special guest with us today, and I am really falling short of words to describe him. He's a model, he's a photographer, he's a quality assurance engineer at an IT company. He is magic. We are still figuring out if the camera loves Naman or Naman loves the camera. So we are privileged to have such a talented guest with us on this very special episode of Humans of Atypical. We welcome you all, Naman Misra. We are so happy to have you here on the show.
Thank you,
And
everyone.
about Naman, we are really impressed. I when I saw his profile, I was really impressed. So when Naman and camera unite, so it's like the magic happens. You can see the star in Naman, you can see the spark, the fire in him when the camera and Naman unite. So Naman Mishra has modeled for Earth Rhythm and Harshita Mahajan. This is a very big achievement. So, Naman Mishra, we all welcome you, and let's all just hear it from him now. Little more about him, how he got into modeling, what inspired him to get into modeling. So, welcome, Naman Mishra.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Simran.
Hi, we are so happy to have you here. And so, Naman, my first question to you would be, how did you get into modeling? What inspired you to get there?
Yeah, so basically, what really inspired me to do something like modeling was basically, you know, reading out the magazines for the front page covers, be it like Harper's Bazaar, or be it something like Grazia India.
Mhm.
So I actually, so this thing came up to my mind that I would want to, be like one of those guys. And also maybe I go through like a lot of a lot of posters, a lot of billboards on cover on specific models being enlisted on the covers. So I had a thing in my mind that I would want to be like one of them. And this actually happened when I was in college, like about second year of college, I would say.
Okay.
So I had to work on my physics first things first.
Yeah, true.
And looks I kind of experiment for a bit, but everything panned out as such. So, and yeah, so one of my idols that really inspired me to do modeling was the Scottish DJ called Calvin Harris. He's the one who inspired me. He was that particular a cover photo of his Calvin Klein ad way back in 2016 that really drove me an inspiration for that. So this is how
Mhm.
it started off.
Oh, that's a great story. I love this inspiration. And what about photography? You do photography as well. So, what inspired you to get there, and what kind of photography do you like to do?
I'm not, a sort of level in photography, to be very honest, but I like photography when it comes to using a smartphone, or maybe something like wildlife photography. So I'm pretty much fascinated by wildlife as such since I was a little kid.
Okay.
And my parents, especially my father, he's also a big fan of wildlife.
Oh,
So that's how and I really like going to the zoos when I'm younger, and still I would love to go to a zoo one day. But now
yeah.
I think the this seems to be phased out for a bit, although I would love to give it a try. But I think I'm too old for that as such. I'm 26,
Nahi,
so
we are never too old, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anyways, yeah. So Naman, so you have modeled for Earth Rhythm and Harshita Mahajan. How was your experience? How did you feel? And I would love to know the experience.
actually, those weren't the two main portfolios that I've shot from Harshita Mahajan and Earth Rhythm.
Yeah.
Before that, after wrapping up my, my last semester exams
Okay.
in college, so what I usually do is I contact my, school friend,
Okay.
come more of an acquaintance because he left Vasant Valley when he was in his early years.
Okay.
So I used to go to his studio and then, just try to experiment myself of the potential that I usually have. But
Yeah.
I'm not generally saying that I would want to build a career out of it. But
Hmm.
this is something I would actually like to do. This is something that I love. So
Yeah.
I usually I mm,
Yeah.
I usually take a lot of attire, like all sorts of
Hmm.
attire, be it a formal one or something.
Yeah.
And the really first time, and I remember that time, a
Hmm.
photographer named Akanksha Agarwal used to assist my friend who y- takes that particular shot and stuff. So
Yeah.
now and then after that, about a year or so, he's still although he doesn't do much of photography anymore since he's working in a bank, but he he was there for the whole time, and ever since his partner went to London to pursue her own journey in photography.
Okay.
So initially it was kind of nervy because I had to perfect my posture, my position, my poses, and it
True.
takes quite a lot of time to perfecting to get into that perfection mode. So,
Yeah.
and the kind of lighting which is exposed to me, like left, right, and center, be it a field light or a key light. And key light is actually the one which kinds put strain into the eyes. Because I know all of this, the process of lighting and the different types of lighting, because I myself a student of journalism and mass communication
Oh,
from my undergrad as well as my postgrad.
okay.
So this is what I actually know. But modeling in the sense that I won't want to make into like a profession, maybe something that I would love. Um, who
Yeah.
knows what my future is going to be? But
Yeah. So you
this what my
pursue
journey is at
yeah.
the
So you
very start.
pursue modeling as a passion, right? Not as a
Passion.
career or profession. Yeah. But when we pursue something as a passion, we really do great at it. So whenever we make something a profession, I think we get it, we lag there. So this is really good to know your experience, your modeling experience with Earth Rhythm and Harshita Mahajan. And you told that you did journalism and communication from which university did you do it? I mean, your
So
undergrad.
my
Yeah.
so during my undergraduate days, I've done my I pursued my degree in journalism and mass communication from Amity from 2014 till 17. And
Okay.
after that, I've done my master's in the same course in GD Goenka University from 17 till 19. Before
Okay.
before the whole COVID scene hit, so
Hmm.
I've kind of finished my education as well as my higher education quite early and expected. So
Okay. Okay. So that is great. And now you're working as a quality assurance engineer at
uh,
SAP Labs, right?
I would rather rephrase that, Simran. It's actually quality assurance tester.
Tester. Okay, okay. Yeah, sorry. So how is your experience there, and how much time have you been there? And Yeah, I would like to
So
know how from how long are you there?
it's been 11 months, I should say. It
Okay.
started out in December 2020, and earlier to that, I was working in the hotel, and I was actually, working for the front office, which is basically the reception area. So the kind of struggle I had
Yeah,
in that time was nothing as compared to like now. So I could see where I actually stand during
right
that
now.
time as well as
Hmm.
presently. So
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think it's a long way that I've carried out so far.
Hmm. So, any challenges did you face in your workplace, or inclusivity challenges? Anything that you would like to share it with the audience?
Maybe a feeling of being ostracized, or there's a
Hmm.
thing in your mind that says that you kind of feel alienated as compared to your other colleagues or your peers, and there's a sense of guilty guilty part inside of you. So, and kind of feel lost at that sort of moment. But
Hmm.
you can but there's no harm in like fighting back, and then
Very true.
eh,
Yeah.
getting your self-respect back, keeping yourself back on track to such both mentally and emotionally.
Yeah.
And yeah, struggle is everywhere,
True. True.
hardships are everywhere,
Yeah. But
heartbreaks are
fighting is
everywhere.
the spirit. Yeah. Yeah. True. So Naman, so we have talked about your current life and what all you've been doing. Let's go back to your early life. So would you like to share something about your early life, your school life, your when your ASD was diagnosed? What were the challenges that you faced, or anything like how have you overcome all those challenges? So we would like to know a little about your early life as well.
Yeah, so I was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder when I was, during my toddler years, about 3 or 4 years, and
Okay.
I had zero eye contact at that point of time. My, ability to grasp things, or as you can say, a stimulus response wasn't up to what my parents had in mind, or up to the, expectations that a lot of people have put me into.
Hmm.
And Mm, and I wasn't that much, a sports fan at that time, at a very young age.
Okay.
And so people looked into me differently. People have treated me differently. But somewhat or the other, you tend
Hmm.
to become more better and a more matured person to these
True.
latter stages of yours,
Right.
later stages of yours, and then you just become normal human beings like the rest of everyone else. But
True.
yeah, so that's what my from my school all the way till you know
Hmm.
my quarter life crisis years. So yeah, it's been a long ride.
True. But it's really nice to see you here and talk about your life journey, your modeling journey, everything. So any challenges did you face to get into modeling, or anything that you would like to share, or um yeah.
I think working on my physique was one sort of challenge, but then it turned out to be pretty easy.
True.
And yeah, keep maintaining your diet and stuff, and a lot of expectations from other people, plus
Hmm.
the kind of stereotypes you get, the taunts you receive, and you know
Yeah.
it's basically lowers one's self-esteem. And but then ignorance is what I had in mind, and I fell through it. So
Yeah.
yeah, it went pretty well, such, and yeah, here I am.
Yeah. That's great, Naman. Any modeling tips that you would like to share to the people who would like to pursue modeling as a career? Any physique tips, how to maintain their physique? Anything?
Um, I would rather say, to be very honest, just be yourself, and then experiment your own, like daily physical routine,
Hmm.
and irrespective of your weight or the, your height or, you know, several several physical traits, keeping in mind,
Yeah.
you can always experiment no matter what. You can always, experiment the kind of attire that you wear, be it Indian or Western. The
Hmm.
sky's the limit, what
Yeah.
a lot of people say.
True.
So there's nothing much I could, explain more about it. But these are the main points that I'm trying to, convince to the audience, looking, watching
Basically,
it live.
people have to be comfortable in whatever they are like. They have to be themselves. That is what makes them unique, right?
Gracefully. Everything needs
True.
to be done pretty gracefully.
Yeah, yeah. So, any other, I think, Naman, I am getting these questions on the spot. I don't know how, but I would also like to know one more thing. Anything, you would like to pursue as a passion other than modeling and photography? Any other hobbies that you have?
I actually like learning new languages. And
Ah,
another fun fact was that I've
yeah.
completed my A1 certification course in German.
Ah, wow. So,
And
sayonara is the only one word that I know.
yeah, sehr gut, sehr schlecht.
Yeah. So that's great. So you had it Germany in your school studies or university as well, or
University level and
okay,
from graduation, and then I've just after completing my master's course, then I've taken up a course somewhere which is
okay,
affiliated in the Max Muller Bhavan, and completed with flying colors. It's a short duration. The course actually lasted for about good 4 to 5 months, and yeah, it's
great.
not actually much relevant to as such, but it it does, enhance, a bonus to your skill that can help you to,
Hmm.
venture out into new opportunities in life.
Right, right,
So
right.
I would also want to convey to my audience that if anyone, want to pursue a higher education, or maybe go, into a job, or probably what
Hmm.
your company wanted you in terms of a project within that
Yeah.
stipulated period of time, be it Canada, be it Germany, be it UK. The only thing I would want you to recommend is you need to perfect your, you know, the language in which they speak, the main language in which they speak. For example, Canada, mm, the primary languages are English and French. So you may need to master those, because that's
These
the,
are the
the rule or the
universities.
standard
Yeah.
in which what they usually follow.
True.
But yeah, so it's better to, be within that cultural zone
Hmm.
in order to you know not feel pretty lonely about going there and stuff. So this is the kind of message. Actually, I'm going off topic, but yeah,
No, no,
that
no.
is the
That's
reality of life, I must say.
true. Great, Naman. It's really good to know you. And I think, at the end, I just would like to ask you any language that you would like to give to the audience, a final message you would like to end the show with?
We may be different, but we are also as capable as you all are. We can be the future toppers. We can be future astronauts, engineers, aeronautical engineers, be it every profession. Even
Right,
sportsmen also counts. Be it anyone. We can do
right,
the impossible. As the tagline of Adidas says, impossible is nothing.
right. That's true. Very true, Naman. Seriously, I really could relate to that point that we may be different, but we are as equal as every human being on this earth. So it was great interacting with you, and we learned a lot of things. I loved hearing your modeling experience because I too am into that, and I would love to get some personal tips from you as well. So we'll connect offline, and thank you so much, audience, for being here, listening to Naman's story. And at the end, I just would like to tell you all that on 3rd and 4th November in Bangalore, there is a very beautiful magazine exhibition happening. It's in Galleria Mall in Bangalore. So in that, you'll see seven different stalls. जो अलग अलग persons with disabilities have put in. So you can see their entrepreneurial skills, their business skills. So you all can go there, buy for your festivities, whoever is in Bangalore. So I request you all to go there, and this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So you should all go there and enjoy the festive season. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here, for listening to Naman's story. I hope you enjoyed the show, and see you in the next episode of Humans of Atypical. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.